Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Angela here as usual, and it's Sunday and a beautiful day it is outside. Sun is shining, children in the park, and I'm here to bring you a quick little project to keep you busy today. Now it is a quick one, so I hope you're going to enjoy it. Right, got my second signature out here. I have earmarked with the butterfly clip the page, so we're going to go on the back of this lace page, which is, that's the middle, so it's a tea stain page. Then we've just got the lace page here. All right, so I am going to just take that out, and let's just put this peg on here so I know where it goes, and I'm going to move that out the way and then we can get going. Right, so that's the side we're going to do it. I just need to get that in my head. Right, so that's what we're going to work on today as our base, and I'm going to share with you what you need. So the very first thing that I asked you to get on Friday was a mailer. This one has got a window, but we're not going to use a window. You don't need a window for this. This particular one is 9 inches in length. That's 23 centimeters. This is approximate, guys. And 4.5 inches across, so that's about 11.5 centimeters. Okay, so that's the measurements. Take a bigger one, trim it down, do whatever you like. We are going to use this for a pocket on the side here, so I am going to use it with opening on the left, but if you're putting it on the other side, so that's the edge of your page there, you can just turn it over. So just decide which side you want it. I'm going to have mine that side. All right, so don't worry about the window, as I say. Now, what else you want to grab is a piece of paper to cover this section. So I've got my lace, the lemon color lace background paper. I'm going to stick that on there. And then you want something that's going to coordinate with that. So I've cut out one of my scrap pieces of pink gingham just to fit on a flap over there. All right, so that's what you need. Then I took 3 sheets of tea stained paper, and I've made myself like a little booklet here. It's 9 pieces. So I have just measured, if I place it there, you can see I've got a little bit there and a little bit there and a little bit there. All right, so I managed to get 9 pieces out of the 3 sheets of paper by doing them 2 long ways and 1 the other way. And I only had, this was the offcuts from that. All right, and I'll stamp on those and use these, so I've kept those. Right, so that's all you need as far as your materials are concerned. As far as decorations and that are concerned, I have my little card that I'm going to slip in, and I love this image. It's one of my favorites. So I've just backed that onto tea stain, my lace paper, the same as this. I said to you I use it for everything, and I put a little scrap of fabric in there, which is from that fabric bundle. I thought that worked perfectly, so I've got that, a little piece of lace, a die cut. I've fussy cut out one of these from one of the background pages. I've got a couple of flowers and a sentiment. That's all we're going to use today, and yeah, it's going to take us no time at all. So I'm just going to put those to the side there. Let's start quickly with this. What I've done is I've clipped these together, so they're pretty much the same size here, and I am going to sew across there just to get going and join these up. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, you can go and glue these together. So you could just, you know, put a little bit of glue on each page and glue that together. So you don't have to have a sewing machine, but I just found that the quickest way for me is just to sew a line across the top there. All right, so we will be doing that. Now, what I want to start with before I get on to that is start with the base here. So as I said, I'm having my opening on the left here, so that's fine. This is going to cover the base of this envelope like that. So I'm going to have the lace bitty down at the bottom. So I'm going to start off by doing that straight away. Yeah, so this is a lovely little notepad with a pocket, and something that is really quick and easy to do in any theme And yeah, I encourage you to have a go at it with whatever project you're working on in your journal. Great way to have some writing space and a little secret spot to put it in your little postcard. There we go. Right, so let's get that done here. There we go. I'm just lining this up quickly. Okay. So as you can see, I've only made the paper go to the fold line. Now the fold line is 2 inches from the top, so or 5 centimeters. Okay, so I've just taken 2 inches from the 9 inches. I've folded that over, and I'm doing that. All right, so that's going to hold our booklet pages. Okay. Now this is where I'm going to do the stitching. So I have got these book pages, and what I want to do is, because that top bit there's a bit uneven, I want to just swap these down to the bottom. So let's just get all your book pages, you know, together. Book pages, I keep saying book pages, my little notebook pages, that's the word. And where they're nice and straight at the bottom, that will be the bottom of my notebook. And then I'm going to place them on top here. Now, as you can see, there's like a 1/8 of an inch on each side, including the base here, right? So if you have a look there now, you've pretty much, I'll just open that so that you can move the shadow. You can see you've got an 1/8 of an inch on each side there, like that. Okay, and now I'm going to hold that in place and just clip all those papers to the base of my envelope, and then I'm going to fold that over and I'm going to stitch right across. All right, so probably a bit higher in the middle there. So let's just grab another little clip just to keep this in place, so nothing's going to move, and I'm pretty happy with that. I suppose if anything it could move over a little bit, but right, I'm ready to go. Let me do that quickly. Right, so you can see I've used my longest stitch length on the sewing machine, and I've just sewn across there, and I can now take all these clips off, and that is now fixed in place. All right, so there we go. So we've got our little booklet ready to go, and that's really easy. So I'm happy with that. Now what I want to do is I want to decorate up here. So you're not going to see the stitching because I'm going to stick this over the top now, just like that. Yeah, so just dust a little bit if you like to distress, and then we can just take this and glue it in place. So I'm just going to use my art glitter glue here and get that in place. Oh, I had such a lovely day in the garden for a few hours yesterday. It was really lovely with my daughter. We sat there and had a nice drink, a cup of tea, and I think she had I can't remember what she was drinking, but it was so nice to sit in the garden. The birds were having a little feeding frenzy there, and it was so lovely just to listen to everything going on, and the sounds of nature. So that really was amazing. Yeah, all cleaning up. I was sorting out the weeds in between the pavers and everything. So there's always work in the garden this time of year, isn't there? So yeah, it was great just to get outside and sit there just for a little bit, enjoying the sunshine. So yeah, spring's eventually arrived, a little late, but we're loving it, so can't complain. Now I'm going to just take my little bit of lace and put that along the edge there. So I'm going to do that like that, just a little bit. I'm going to lap it over onto the notebook side, so not too much. So I'll just get that there and stick it over. And luckily with the gingham I can see the line, so it's quite easy to get it straightish. Right, there we go. And then I'm going to just cut off that little bit there, put it in my little tray. Okay, so we've got that done, so that's good. And then it's just a case of, here's our little card. So while I'm waiting for that all to do its thing, I'm going to just slide that into the pocket, so that's ready to go as well. So we've got a little hidey spot there, love that. And then it's just a little bit of decoration. So I'm going to start off with the die cut. Yeah, so it's just, I'm taking a very slim line die cut here, just to add something to my notebook page, the front one. Just prettying it all up a little bit, as I love to do. That's my favorite part. I love decorating everything. So yeah, I also love it at the end when it comes to the bit of finishing the journal and doing the page edge bits and challenging myself with all those scraps that you see me sharing with you so often. I do enjoy that. So I just want to get this nice and thin, this one. This is from the very first die cuts metal die set I ever bought, which is that Sizzix Wildflower one. I just love it. Right, now I cut this out from a background page, those flowers, and I want to put it up at the top here. And then I'm going to take my little sentiment, I love my sentiments, I'm going to tuck that underneath there. So I'm just doing this so I can get the layering right, and not find that I stuck that down and then, you know, got it all wrong. So I'm going to do that straight away. So we want to start with this one. So let's get that down. Yeah, I do love adding the sentiments all over. Words of positivity. I do enjoy that. Right, so let's get that down here. Right, cultivate joy. Yes, joy brings us happiness, doesn't it? All right, so we've got that. And then on this side, I'm just going to put some of those little flowers. So I've got the yellow and the pink. So I'm just picking up the colors that we have here. So I'm going to just take my Fabri-Tac again, I think. It doesn't really matter. This does work with art glitter glue. But the three glues I like to use are Fabri-Tac. And I would say it's just for fabric, but I don't. I use it for lots of different things. Any sort of sticking down that I don't need a fine point for, really. I do that. I'm going to stick that one there. Don't want to quite flatten it that much, but hey ho. And then this pink sorbet looking one next to it there. Yeah, those two. And then what I thought is I'm going to take some of these little ones, these lace ones, and I'm going to put one in there and the other one in there. So I've just alternated the colors. There we go. Right, so that looks cute, doesn't it? Because this is very florally, this journal. Now I've got one of these. I was going to add it there, but I think that that's enough. Right, so we won't put that one on. Stick. There we go. And there's our little project already, all done. Okay, so now we want to get this onto our little page, which is not hard to do. I might just add a little bit of stenciling on there, just a little bit. So let me do that quick. All right, so I've grabbed my Victorian Velvet here, my little brush, and just one of these, because there's not many places to do this, but I'm just wanting to add a little bit of interest, sudden last minute idea. So I'm going to just take my lace stencils. This is another stencil that I use a lot. Yeah, all of these you'll find the details for on my Amazon's favorite list. So I just want to like do it in the corners, really. Yeah, so it's sort of lighter at the bottom, and it's just a little suggestion. There we go. So I'm quite happy with that. And then I can stick this down. And there we go. Right, so let's get that on. Now you could make another pocket or tag if you just, you know, glue this on 3 sides. So there are still other options that you can, but I thought that was enough at the minute. I don't want it, you know, I'll go and stick all sorts in, and I always end up with these crocodile chunky monkey journals, which I love. So, you know, but enough's enough. I'm trying to keep it quick today. Right, here we go. So got our fabric tack there, and I want to just turn that over, find the middle. I think that's it. And just press that down. And how pretty is that? And so quick. Perfect project for a beginner as well. So if you're feeling you want something simple, have a go at these. And this is the spot. So just open that up, slide that in there, and there we go. How's that? There we go. Right, go and enjoy a fabulous Sunday. I'm going to go and have a nice cup of red bush tea and a nice little Jaffa cake to go with that, because it's that time of the day, and I'm going to go and relax outside while I listen to the sounds of nature and the young little children playing in the park there. They're so cute, and just relax for a little bit and carry on the rest of my day. So you go and enjoy yours too. Thank you for spending time with me. It's always so wonderful to hear what you have to say. I need to catch up on my comments today, so I'll do that. And I'll see you again on Tuesday. Stay well, everyone. Bye-bye.